Module 1, Section 8, Objective 7. And this is in applications, not dividing whole numbers. Dividing was Section 7, and I apologize. So Objective 7 is solving application problems using division of whole numbers. Okay, we're going to be doing the entire polio process here. Okay, so remembering what the polio process is, and remember, whoa, that's way too big. I use Uber, right? So understand the problem, build a plan, execute the plan, and then review. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Problem A, a 2-liter bottle holds 68 fluid ounces of soda. If you're pouring equal amounts of soda for 4 people, how many ounces of soda will each person get? Okay, so let's see. The problem makes sense. I know all of the vocabulary and all of that, so let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, so let's say this is my 2-liter, and I want to split it 4 ways. Okay, so I want 4 equal cups when I'm done. Okay, so each person is going to get the same amount. So can you see how that's splitting it in 4? So we're going to divide by 4. So there's my plan right there. I want to take the 2 liters, which is 68 ounces, and divide it by 4. Okay, so executing 68 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 once. Bring down your 8. 4 goes into 28 7 times evenly. So that means 17 is the number of ounces that each person gets. Okay, so you could write out ounces like this, or you can use OZ for ounces. Just be really careful that this O looks like an O and not a 0. Don't make it too big. Okay, does that make sense? Let's double check. If I put a 17 in each one of these for each person, do I get 68? Yes, you do. Okay, so that makes sense. And C. A group of 119 students headed on a trip need to fit into 7 buses. How many students should be in each bus if they are split evenly? Okay, so school bus, there we go. That's what we're using. And we have 119 students, and they need 7 buses. So here's one, there'll be another, and another, etc., right? We have 7 total. So we're going to take 119 and split it into 7 parts. Okay, I think we understand the problem, so building it, we're going to actually build our plan. Do we want to take an estimate on this one? Okay, division and estimates are kind of interesting. If I did front-end rounding on this one, I would get 100. And 100 doesn't divide well by 7. If I did rounding to the nearest 10, 120 doesn't divide well by 7. Okay, so if I round 7 off to 10, then I could put 10s out here. 10 divided by 10 is 10. 120 divided by 10 is 12. But that's rounding quite a ways off. So let's see where we end up. Okay, so 10 or 12 is what we're going to try to get. Now let me erase that so we have room to do our long division. Okay, so possible 10 or 12. 7 goes into 11 once. Subtract, you get 4. Bring down the 9. 7 goes into 49 7 times evenly. Okay, so is 17 close to 10 or 12? Not really. Okay, so if I would have gotten 170, it would be way off, but 17 is close enough when we're doing division. Okay, what's the label here? How many students should be in each bus? So 17 students. And if I take 17 and add it 7 times, would I get the 119? And yes, you would. Is there an easier way of doing it? Probably not. Problem B. A winning lottery ticket for $8,721,000 was purchased by 27 people who had pooled their money. Find out how many dollars each person receives if they each receive an equal share. Okay, so reading through it, that's our understanding portion. Whoa, let me try and change that. Okay, so understand it. We have a winning ticket, and that ticket is $8,721,000, and we want to split it 27 ways because there were 27 people who went in on the original. Okay, I'm not going to draw every one of them, but we have 27 people that each need an equal part. Okay, so when you're splitting things equally, that's divide. Okay, so let's do an estimate on this one. Since we have some big numbers, maybe we'll be able to get something that'll work here. Okay, so we round that one to approximately 9 million, right? Okay, there's our 9 million. And if we round this to 30 people, let's do 9 million divided by 30, just to get an estimate. Okay, 1 0 cancels. 3 goes into 9 3 times. And then we have 5 zeros. So 300,000 should be about what we're looking at. Okay, let's build our plan. We're going to actually divide, right? So let's do long division. So 27 divided by, or divided into, rather, sorry, 8,720,000. Okay, whoops, execute. So 27 into 87. Let's do some problems off here to the side. So 27 times 3, and I know this from a previous problem, is 81. Okay, so 3 times 27 is 81. Subtract to get a 6, bring down the 2. Okay, how did I know it was 81 and not something higher? Just really quickly, let's do 4 and I'll show you. It's 108, it's too big. Okay, now 62 is what we're looking for, and 81 is too big. So let's try 2. 27 times 2 is 14, carry 1, 54. So I put a 2 there, subtract 54. Borrow, and we get 12 minus 4 is 8, and 5 minus 5 is nothing. Bring down a 1. And there's our 81 again, so we know it's a 3. So, and there we go. Okay, since we have no other numbers, all we have is zeros, then you're just going to fill in with zeros. Okay, let me show you one other way what that looks like, okay? So we have the 8,721,000, and I'm going to erase this here so I'll have space. What we've done is 27 divides into 8,721 323 times, but then we have those 3 zeros left. So they just need to tack on the end of this. Okay? All right, does that make sense? On our review portion now, if each person got $323,000, does that make sense? Let's see. Let's look at our estimate here. 300,000, and we got 323,000. Let's say that's pretty close. If we added this up 27 times, we would get this. So, since it's repeated addition, we're just going to multiply. If you take this times 27, you will get this. Okay? Next problem. Mr. and Mrs. Gutierrez borrow $6,900 to buy a new car. The loan is to be paid off in 23 equal monthly payments. How much is each payment? Okay, so my understanding is we're going to take the $6,900 and break it into equal payments over a 23-month period. Okay, so can I estimate this one? Maybe. Let's take a look at it. If I round this one to 7,000 and this one to 20, does that help? That's kind of a weird estimate, but that's all right. Here we go. Zeros cancel, and 2 won't go into 7, but it will go into 70, right? So 2 into 70 goes 35 times, and this 1 0 that's left, so 350. That's a possible estimate, so let's leave that and see what we can come up with. All right, so building a plan. Here we go. I'm going to actually do long division. That's my plan. So I don't want to subtract 23 multiple times and figure out how many times it goes into 6,900. That would take forever. So let's do long division. Okay, so 23 doesn't go into 6, so we take it into 69. So 23 times 3 is exactly 69. So it goes in 3 times right there. And now, since we have 0 when we subtracted, and I'm bringing down zeros, I just put zeros up here as placeholders. So $300 every month for 23 months would give me $6,900. And that's pretty close to our estimate considering. So we executed, we're reviewing, and I don't think there's going to be an easier way of doing that other than long division. So I think we're good.